Now it's definitely been a while since I've seen myself in a horizontal video, so I don't know how I feel about this. Myself, and when it comes to YouTube, I'm super intimidated by this platform, and I don't know why. Okay, I have no clue why, and I know myself. I'm gonna try to perfect everything about this video. I'm not gonna do that this time. I'm gonna kind of just keep it as real as I can because it's been such a long time since I've posted on this platform. And I don't want to overthink. I think that's my biggest downfall when it comes to YouTube, is that I overthink this long form content. I just need to just be open and just let you guys receive me. Hola mis amores, it is your girl, call me Chrissy. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. It's been such a long time since I've posted on YouTube, so I thought we might do a quick little get to know me, chit chat kind of vibe. I'm literally just sitting down in my office on the floor, on the couch, just kind of gonna vibe out, and we're gonna just catch up and kind of talk about a couple things. I kind of want to share my story, kind of just share how I started, where I've been, where things led me, and where I am today. I really missed posting on this platform, and I think this will be a really good way to kind of just start up again. And yeah, I kind of just want to sit down and chit chat with you guys. So if you guys want to come through and chit chat and catch up with your girl, then keep on watching. Vamos a comenzar, like my prima likes to say. So I want to do a bit of like some digging. I want to see when I posted my first YouTube video, because it's been a minute, okay? It's definitely been a while. Let's look it up real quick. First time I posted a YouTube video was 5 years ago. Let me see. Let me actually go to it real quick. Oh my gosh. Even seeing that over is kind of just like, whoa, okay? Just a bit whoa, because I remember this day. I remember wanting to get myself on social media, and if you guys know me, then you guys must know my cousin Monica, okay? She don't like being called the OG, but she's an OG. Para nosotros, to us, the people who are in my age group and the people who the ones who have grown with me know that my cousin Monica has been doing it. And I remember she called me into her room and she was like, I know you really want to do this YouTube stuff and platform, so today we're filming your first YouTube video. And I was just like, what? Like, okay, so let's get into a little bit of who I am first, so we can really dive deeper into me, okay? So basically, so my real name, if you guys don't know, it's Christine. I am from Brooklyn, New York. Soy Dominicana. I raised in East New York. I'm very family oriented. I'm the middle. I'm one of 3 siblings. Child, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I am the middle child of my family. I have an older brother and a younger sister. And I grew up in the same house with all of my cousins and my siblings. We've always lived together. So to kind of fast forward, and I'm 24 now, and I still live with my cousin that I grew up with literally like from the moment I was born. She saw me come home. Like, she saw me come home in diapers and everything. And for me to now be where I'm at, I'm 24. This young woman growing into herself, it's kind of bizarre. And just even seeing her be a full-time mom, like she's a whole mother, not like half, like a whole mother. Okay, that's insane to me. So me growing up, I've always been like the kind of person who, like, I love to do things, but I would do things behind closed doors because I was a bit shy. I would be the one to like dance, but like behind closed doors. And then when somebody would open the door, I would stop and kind of be like, you ain't see nothing. But I think that part of me kind of, you know, grew with me. Like, I don't think I ever shed all of that away. Like, I think I kept that shyness throughout the years. And when it came to finally filming and kind of putting myself out there on social media, I was really scared. Like, I was nervous. I was not confident at all in myself. But I knew I wanted to do it, but I just wasn't confident in myself. Like, but I knew I had to do it. You know, like, I knew if I wanted to get to where I wanted to go, like, I knew I had to do that. So when it came to the day that Monica told me, like, you should, you know, today's gonna be the day we're filming your first YouTube video, I was, I was pooping bricks. Okay, I was shook. I was shook. I was scared. I was scared, but I had support from my cousin. My sister was also in the room, and I just remember feeling, I literally was like shaking, and watching that video over kind of just brought back all those memories, kind of like, am I good enough to even do this? Because that's what I thought. I think the overthinking also played a part of that as well. I think I've always been an overthinker. It's crazy. I posted my first YouTube video 5 years ago, and within those 5 years, even after posting that first YouTube video, I was still so scared to post anything else. I don't know if you guys can tell, but like in the video, like I'm talking low. I was just feeling so nervous. I didn't know what I was doing. But I think that's also the beauty of it as well, of like recording moments of yourself where you don't know what you're doing and kind of recording it from the beginning. Because I can look back at that video and kind of just be like, wow, like how, like just to see how much I've grown. I posted my first YouTube video 5 years ago, and I've been trying to grow my platform on Instagram. Let's grow, child, let's grow. I think I've been trying to grow my platform on Instagram since like 2017, to be honest. Let me see what my first like Instagram kind of like influencer post was. Let me see the year real quick. Moño, this little high, like I get like the faces snatched and stuff, but esto duele. But we gotta look good, okay? Beauty is pain, okay? So let's go backwards a little bit, okay? The first day I posted my YouTube video was June 20th, 1917. Girl, what? The first day I posted my YouTube video, my first ever YouTube video, it was June 20th, 2017. I've been trying to grow my platform since 2017. So from 2017, I was doing like little stuff, like little Instagram, like when Instagram finally started doing video stuff. Instagram video, where you can post like a minute-long video. So I was doing that. And also posting like little stuff on Facebook, and just trying to grow my platform. So like doing small little like hair tutorials or like makeup tutorials, and also sharing bits of like me and like who I am and things that I did. And again, just trying to grow my platform while still giving people bits and pieces of who I am as well. We're gonna do a quick little like timeline real quick, okay? So 2017, June, posted my very first YouTube. And at that time, I didn't know how to do a lick of makeup, okay? I didn't know how to do eyebrows. I didn't know how to do anything. And a friend of mine at the time saw how much I loved learning how to do makeup, and she was able to get me an interview with Elf Cosmetics at the time. I basically got my first makeup job. So from 2017 to like the end of like 2018, almost 2019, I worked with Elf Cosmetics. And even then I thought, oh my gosh, what a great opportunity for me to just create content around like my job. But I would just show like my makeup routines and stuff. So being 20 years old, working my very first makeup job, trying to grow my platform, people loved it. People liked to see my makeup. And at that job, I was also really able to hone in and really learn how to do makeup. And I think I learned a lot working there. At the time, work was definitely more important than influencing. I needed a job at the time, and in order for me to have a job, I needed to work. So work was super time consuming, and Instagram was more like a hobby. Let's fast forward, let's fast forward, let's fast forward. To me, continuously posting, I just wanted to be a part of the craze. So I was just so inspired by my cousin, like the Alyssa, the Jackies, the Arnells. I just wanted to do it. In between that time, I was still posting YouTube videos, but I was a lot more consistent on Instagram than I was on YouTube. So let's fast forward now to the end of 2019, okay? So for the last 2 years, I've been trying, you know, growing my platform slowly but surely. I had just gotten laid off at the job that I was at the time. Actually, I lied. I got fired. I got fired. And to be honest, in that moment when I got fired, I was so scared because I was like, what am I gonna do? I don't have a job. One thing about New York will give you work ethic, okay? I was raised on being responsible, and I feel like with that job, I just wasn't being responsible. I didn't really care for it, to be honest. I was just there to collect my check and go, but I got fired from the job. And I remember when I got fired, I called Monica and I was like, is it okay if I can come to LA for a month? I got fired right before my birthday, I remember. I got fired right before my birthday. My birthday's in November. And by the end of November, the beginning of December, I took a trip to LA. And I was like, do you think I could stay there for a month? And she was like, yeah, come through. And at this point, Monica and Huang have been flourishing out here. Monica's fiance, John, has also been out here. So I'm kind of just like, all right, well, I'm here with my fam. Let's see what this is all about. So yeah, I came to LA for a month. And I remember I was just like, okay, it's not more so grind time, but I was like, let me just see what LA feels like. Cause I had went prior, but it was like for like a week trip, and it was just for a trip, just for me to have fun for my birthday. Now, this time I came and I really wanted to get a sense of what LA would feel like. So Monica took me to events. We went out to eat. We did some hiking. We did like a whole bunch of different activities. And they basically gave me a feel of what LA can possibly be like for me. Like if I would like it or not like it. And it's crazy because my cousins even took me an apartment. Not shopping, but we went to go look at apartments. I'm telling you, they fully gave me like the whole like speech. Like they gave me the whole thing. They was like, this is what life will look like for you if you live out here. And I think looking at the apartments was like cherry on top, because I got to see and kind of walk through and kind of just see what could be mine. So at the end of that trip, I knew I'm moving to LA. I just didn't know when. In that moment and in that time, I chose to go back home to New York. At the time, I was in a relationship. At the time, I also didn't feel too connected to LA. But I knew in my heart, I was like, I gotta go to LA. Like, that's like, this is where my life is going to be. This is where my career is gonna take off. Like, look how well my cousins are doing for themselves. If they could do it, I could do it. And I just need a change. I want to change. But at the same time, I think I was just also really fearful of moving too fast, too quickly. And so I went back home. I took my little behind, took my little culito, and I took my butt back to New York. And this was the beginning of 2020. Now, I think 2020 was the biggest shift. So because I just had gotten fired, I didn't have a job going back home to New York. I didn't have a job, but I had a plan. Okay, it's like, okay, well, I gotta move to LA, right? So the plan was to move back to New York. And because I didn't have a job, I was like, the first thing is first is we gotta find a job. Once we got a job, we're gonna have a saving plan. And that money that I'm making at my 9 to 5 is gonna basically supply my influencer life. So if I needed new equipment, if I needed a camera, my job, my 9 to 5 job was going to supply my influencer job. Ciao. God said, psych. January passed, couldn't find a job. February passed, couldn't find a job. March was the beginning of the end, because I think that's when COVID began. At that point, I was like, what am I gonna do? Like, I legit don't have a job. I'm not making no money. And the world is shutting down. How am I supposed to live right now? Like what am I supposed to be doing? And I think all that happened the way it was supposed to. COVID was definitely a blessing in disguise. In that moment, I didn't realize, but COVID allowed me to solely focus on content creating. And because I was already at a place where I've been growing my platform for a while and really trying to create an audience, when it came to creating, that's all I wanted to do. And when I tell y'all, I was producing content like this, okay? I would wake up at 8 a.m., camera charge, have a video filmed, edit it, took pictures, had a caption ready for the next day. I had nothing better to do. I was just sitting at home. We were locked in the house all day. What was I supposed to do? Do nothing? No. God was like, I'm gonna move everything so you can focus and solely focus on content creating. And it wasn't until COVID that I actually locked in my very first partnership. And it was with a Dominican hair brand named Bomba Curls. And I love them so much. And I will forever be grateful for them, because I don't know if they know, but they were my very first partnership. And I think that just hits home for me because, one, it was a small Dominican hair brand and they saw me and it's like, whoa, like someone wants to work with me. Like, that's crazy. That's nuts. And I was just super, super excited. And it also just felt good. I think it was the first time I felt like worth it. I don't want to say I felt worthless, but it was like the first time where like it felt like all the hard work and all that time trying to build my platform, finally someone saw potential in me and they were like, we want to work with you. After that, I then started to create a little workflow, and then Monica sent me Sephora Squad. I was like, why you send this to me? And she was like, you should do it. And I was like, well, you know, I'm so small. Like, I'm this small little influencer. They ain't gonna pay me no mind. Again, God said, psych. Okay, God is so good. Oh my gosh, just even going through the story again, it's like, oh God. So I did the application for Sephora Squad, and lo and behold, is that the term? Is that the saying? Lo and behold? Child, I don't know. I don't know. I accepted into Sephora Squad 2020. Like, it really switched for me because I was like I can actually do this. That's what it felt like. It felt like, wow, I can actually do this. Like, I knew I was capable, and I think for me, I always envisioned the woman I always would be, but I think because I was like always like this shy, timid person, and I didn't really give myself the confidence to believe in myself, it held me back a lot. And getting that acceptance from Sephora Squad was huge for me, because it was like, girl, someone else believes in you. Like, how dare you not believe in yourself? I have the best support system. I have my cousins, my siblings, my family, my friends, like I have, and then my audience, like my supporters, everyone who's just been with me growing throughout the years. Like, that's what really kind of started it off for me. Like, was like, oh yeah, we in this, okay? I was like, oh yeah, we in this. I was so excited. It was just like, wow, like I get to do this. And with a huge brand like Sephora Squad then led me to really think about living in New York. From March to August, I was full-blown content creating. I really had to talk with myself because things were starting to get hard, and it wasn't more so work that was getting hard. Work was fun. My mental was getting a little bit kind of just like, because we were still locked at home. No one else understood what I was going through, so I made a call again. And can y'all guess who I called? I called my prima. I called my cousin. I love her so much, man. I love her so much. I called my cousin and I was like, Prima, can I move? I didn't really say it like that. I basically was like, listen, these four walls in my bedroom are starting to talk to me. And I think I'm going a little bit crazy. Can I go to LA? And she was like, of course you can. And I was like, she was like, well, I only have a couch. And I said, okay, just a heads up, if I go to LA, I don't plan on coming back home. And she goes, what? I said, yeah, I think I'm trying to stay. Like, I think I want to stay in LA. And she was like, well, all right. She gave me the okay. I spoke to my folks. My mom understood what I wanted to do. My aunt, she was the first one to tell me, you better go. Okay, she was like, you better go. Who? My aunt was the first one to tell me, go. After that phone call, I literally booked the ticket. I don't know if I booked it or if Monica booked the ticket, but I booked the ticket, and August 19th, I officially moved to LA. And I've been here ever since. And let me not make that sound so simple, okay? Because it wasn't. Moving to LA, moving away from your friends. I think moving away from your norm is what was hard. At the time, I was in a relationship, so I just felt a bit isolated. Even though I moved in with more family and family that I've been growing up with since I was born, I kind of still felt isolated, kind of just like, did I make the right decision moving out here? I struggled for a while. I struggled trying to build my confidence. I struggled trying to find where I fit in LA. I struggled just trying to figure it out, to be honest. But I did have, again, support from my family, and any way that I needed help, my family was there to support me. Yeah, times got difficult for me, more so mentally than anything. Because again, I moved out of my norm. Things that I was used to, I no longer had anymore. So, you know, just I think getting up and creating a life somewhere else, like creating a routine, all that changes because whatever I'm used to, I'm changing now. But one thing my family really wanted me to focus on was creating. They didn't care about anything else. They're like, you wanted to move here, focus on creating. Do that. Do that, and everything else is gonna fall into place. I promise you. I didn't really post much on YouTube, but I was posting crazy on Instagram. Okay, I was reaching 10K, 20K, 30K, 40K, 50K. I was growing on Instagram. Okay, I was growing, and I think that's why I've always just stuck to Instagram, because Instagram was my platform. Like, that's just where I created everything. That's where everything went. And this was before TikTok. I started working with brands like Fenty, CoverGirl. I really started to build my resume, and influencing was now my full-time job. And it's crazy because that's literally all I've worked towards. Like, that's all I've ever wanted, influencing to be my full-time job. About to be 3 years since I've moved to LA. And wow, let me tell you something about me, okay? The growth is insane. Now, when I did move out here, I didn't have a plan, but I did have goals, okay? I did have goals, and my goals were to make influencing my career. That was going to be my career, but this was also going to be a stepping stone into whatever else I wanted to be in life. But at this time, influencing was going to be my career. Make influencing my career was my goal. Number 1. That's checked off. Second goal, get your license and get a car. Check. My third and final goal, well, I would say my final, but my third goal was to find my own place. I have been so blessed to be able to have gotten as far as I've gotten in just 3 years at the age of 24. I think because I'm consistently surrounded by adults, feeling like I have to prove myself. But prove myself in a sense of like, prove myself like I'm capable of doing this, even at my age. I think that's what I'm trying to prove to myself, not more so even like to other people. I think I try to prove it to myself. And sometimes I don't take a second to kind of just see how far I've gotten at the age that I'm at. I found my confidence out here. Like, that timidness, like, it's still in me, but nah, it's not the same, okay? Like, I don't have to dance behind closed doors anymore. Like, this is who I am. And I think at the age of 24, I'm still learning so much about myself. Like, I, at times, try to rush it because I want to get to a certain goal sometimes. Pero I'm working on that. Like I said, I'm only 24. But I'm so thankful to be able to have done and do what I do every day. I think it's important for not just me, but for anyone watching this video to remember that take time and show gratitude. You've gotten so far. And that was a little bit of like my story, and I think I kind of sped you guys through the important things. Now let's talk about where I am now. Where I am now, recently I've been feeling really good about creating. Going to the gym recently, okay? I'm trying to get snatched for the summer. I've gained some weight throughout this year, and I feel super sexy. I feel really confident in myself. This is the sexiest my body has ever like felt and like looked. My man calling me.
Quick question.
Quick answer, what's up?
How do you make that lasagna pasta?
You want to make it?
Yeah, lasagna soup. Yeah, I'm trying to make it right now.
Okay, I gotta be back. Hold on. Gym has been kicking my butt, but it feels so good going. For those who have been following me for a long time and those who have been following me recently, also know that I just lost my aunt. It's been just 2 months since, and grief is a trip. I have a lot of moments of denial. But I'm not in denial. Like, I don't mean to sound like too when I say that, because I'm very aware. Like, my family and I were very aware of what's happened and loss happened so close to home, I think is what's really hard to grasp. Like for the last 2 months, life has been different in every way. Different in just how we look at life, how we choose to live life, how we choose to control the things that we can control. Just navigating these days. Some days it's an amazing day, and then some days it's a really suckish, gray day. But I know my aunt, and I know she's with me every single day, and I know she wants us to continue to live. She wants us to continue to live life every single day. And that's what my family and I consistently make a decision to do every single day. When you experience loss like that, if you guys haven't watched Monica's YouTube video recently, make sure you guys watch my sis. She did a life update, and she mentioned in her video that when we lost my aunt, it felt like the world should have stopped. And that's exactly what it felt like. Like my aunt wasn't just my aunt. My aunt was my second mom. She was a friend. I would rather hang out with my aunt than I would hang out with a friend I just met a couple days ago. Like going through something like this has made me realize like not everyone has what my family and I have. And if anything, this is truly, and it's gonna make us closer. So I don't want to make things a little too sad, you know. I kind of just want to give you guys where I've been at. Aside from going through grief, like there's so many happy moments in my life. Like I still have so much that I look forward to every single day. I look forward to seeing Carter, my little nephew, grow up every single day. I look forward to seeing my niece Annalise grow up every single day. I'm in love. I'm in a whole relationship. My boyfriend is awesome. He's like just a dream, to be honest. Couldn't ask for anyone to love me the way that he loves me, like, and he does it so effortlessly and unconditionally. I'm a simp over here, but it's awesome. It's awesome. And yeah, I'm 24 and I'm thriving right now, okay? Like 24 and thriving. Maybe that should be like in my bio somewhere. I hope this wasn't too much of a lengthy video. I hope you guys are gonna like it. And I think what I'm gonna take away from this video as well is I have so much that I can work towards. Like I have so much to offer that I don't want to limit myself to one thing. I want to make sure that I am creating a safe space not only for myself but for people who are also going through things like me. I'm literally just trying to figure it out every single day. But if y'all stay to the end of this video, you a real one. I appreciate you. I truly do. I'm going to upload on this platform more often this year. And it's only gonna spiral into me making sure that I'm posting on here frequently. So if you want to do more chit chat videos, more get to know me videos, comment down below. Let me see what you guys want to see. And I'll be back very, very soon. Adios. I love you guys.